seated. Ms. Ronick?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're present in the matter of State of Ohio versus Austin Martian, case number 24CR001488. The defendant is present with defense counsel Chad Malky. We are here for purposes of a sentencing hearing. We were previously in court on March 6, 2025, where the defendant pled guilty to the one-count indictment, failure to comply with order or signal of a police officer, felony of the third degree. The court accepted his guilty plea, found the defendant guilty, ordered a pre-sentence investigation and report, as well as a drug and alcohol evaluation. The state has had the opportunity to review these reports and is prepared to proceed with sentencing. Thank you.
Mr. Mulkey?
Yes, Your Honor, we are prepared to go forward.
Go.
All right, thank you, Judge. Your Honor, my client is 29 years old. He's single. He is gainfully employed at 24K Construction as a laborer. He's a high school grad. When we were last here, he had been incarcerated, and we asked for the court to release him, see how he would do on bond. It appears that he has been meeting the expectations of his bond conditions. He's been in constant contact with my office for conferences. He's looking well. He got himself a haircut. He's wearing nice clothing. He wants to show respect for the court. He wants to show respect for the rules of the court, Your Honor. To that end, he has also set up an appointment at Signature Health. I believe the court wanted to know if that was going to be an in-person meeting. It is going to be a virtual meeting with FaceTime. I understand the court may be concerned about that, but Mr. Martin,
I can see her.
yeah,
Also,
he can.
yeah.
No, a virtual meeting. He'll be able.
Well,
to see
I know. I just don't know why they continue to do those instead of in person. But
Right, and he's indicated a willingness to do in-person or any sort of meetings that the court may fashion as part of his sentence. Your Honor, what I'd like to see not happen, and what certainly Austin would like to see not happen, is that he be returned to the jail for additional treatment while under terms of incarceration. Your Honor, he'll do everything, I believe, asked of the court, as demonstrated by the past few weeks that the court has given him with his freedom. He understands his freedom is a valuable commodity. Your Honor, again, he's not currently on any medications for mental health. To my knowledge, he wasn't given any at the jail, Your Honor, but certainly if any medications are recommended to him, he would explore that as an option so that he continue to maintain good mental health and not find himself in conflict with any law enforcement agencies, and certainly with his probation officer, Your Honor. So he would like the opportunity to continue to demonstrate to the court unswerving devotion to leading a law-abiding life from this point forward, Your Honor, and to be successfully counted as a productive member of society. He's not lazy, he's driven to work, he knows what's at stake, he knows prison certainly awaits him if he fails to comply with any community control sanctions. So again, we would just ask the court to not consider any additional incarceration at this time, Your Honor, and whatever other sanctions the court deem appropriate, he would abide by. Thank you, Your Honor.
is the range 3 to life on the license?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Marchand, what do you want to tell me before I sentence you?
I just want to just say I apologize for all the wrongdoings that I've done in the past. I'm trying to change my life for the better and do the right thing this time. I'm asking just for forgiveness in your county, in the courtroom, just all my past mistakes. I know what I did was wrong, and I take full admittance to what I did was wrong at the time. I will, and if I need to go, if it's better to do in person, I can change it to in person. It's just because I can't, getting around is kind of a little hard because I can't, drive no more. So but I mean, if I need to, if going there for physical meeting with my counselor is a better thing to do, I could rearrange all that and change it, it's like ASAP. Like she don't have an issue with that. I chose virtual because it's just easier for my situation at the time. But I can get there every Monday at 10 a.m. That's what we have scheduled, and I'm just begging just for mercy in the court, and I'm grateful for you giving me the chance and letting me out back on the 6th to give me a chance. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
When did you start going to signature this time?
I began on April 2nd, but I went there sometime in March. Like, as soon as I got out of jail, I
Okay.
scheduled an appointment. And I think it was like the 12th or something like that.
Is that for, what's the purpose of that arrangement?
Well, for this one,
Yeah,
just for myself and my whole mental
okay.
being. And
Did you talk to them about the drug and alcohol issues that
Yeah.
you had? Are they
And-
going to encompass that with this treatment, or is it separate?
I'm not really sure. to be
Okay.
honest. I mean,
'Cause you need to-
they can.
All right, you need to do that.
Okay.
You need to do both.
Okay.
When is the last time you took mental health medication?
It's been a while.
How
I really,
long do you think?
I really need it. 2021 or no, before that.
Okay, so, when this incident happened, you were not on any medication? Since you've been out on March 6th up until now, what's your mindset been like?
Just clear thinking, but I'm also, that's why I took these counseling classes, because it's someone for me to talk to
Okay,
that they're trained to like deal with people like me and like,
I mean, because you've been on a lot of medication in the past, right?
yeah.
Okay, and it's kind of intriguing to me that you've been out on bond for a month, 5 weeks, upwards of 6 weeks. I mean, and you haven't had any problems, right? You're tested negative for the crap drugs. You're not on mental health meds. You seem to have a clear understanding of where you're at and what you need to do. When you went to signature April 2nd, did you actually talk to somebody at that time or just arrange for the...
No, I had talked to someone. I had talked to, because I needed a primary care doctor and
Uh-huh.
a psych, everything.
Did they address medication at all at that point?
For the psych,
Yeah,
no, they didn't.
okay. You had, when this incident happened, you had a lot of irrational thoughts running through your mind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have any of those thoughts returned in the last 6 weeks?
No, they have not, sir. Your Honor.
Okay. Do you know the bus schedule for Lake Tran?
Yes.
Okay. Which signature are you going to, in Willoughby?
Willoughby, yes.
So you can get there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Where are you working?
At 24 Carrot Construction.
Who owns that place?
Mike Maxwell.
Does that name ring a bell to me, Megan? What do you do?
I'm a laborer and like I help with, because he does construction, landscaping, roofing. I'm a cleanup guy.
Okay.
So,
How much you work?
like 40, like almost 40 hours a week.
Do you work at Mondays at all because of this signature stuff? Or
No.
do you work Saturdays? Or do you work 10 hours, 4 days a week?
Yeah.
Okay. You living with your dad?
Uh-huh.
What was your favorite drug when you were using the crap?
Meth.
Meth? What else?
That was really my favorite one.
Okay.
I used to do heroin, but I stopped doing that a while ago.
How did you stop doing that?
I went to jail. But then when I got out, I don't know, when I went in, I just told myself I don't want to do this no more.
Okay.
I don't want to do nothing wrong anymore. I want to stop going to jail. I'm trying to change my life. I just want to be with my family.
Okay, you can have a seat. Ms. Saronic?
Thank you, Your Honor. While the defendant does have a prior history of prison in 2000, well, from a case in 2018 and a case in 2021, the state is cognizant that the defendant has been out on bond for about 6 weeks and has been complying fully with bond conditions, has been making it to probation, has been testing negative for substances, has a job, and has started services with Signature Health. So the state is inclined to ask the court to grant community control, give the defendant a chance to show that he is able to remain on this path. So the state will join in the defense's recommendation for community control.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the evaluation. I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to place you on community control for 3 years, 78 days in jail with credit for 78. I want you to get into the dual diagnosis treatment at Signature, okay? Complete it and follow the recommendations. You're to have no illicit drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. If you are prescribed medication, well, first of all, you're to go to only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for prescription medication. Take medication as is prescribed. Sign releases for probation so they can get your records. I want you to attend, at this point, 3 AA meetings a week and get a sponsor. Keep full employment. Pay the costs and supervision fees. Anything else, Ms. Wehagen, as far as terms?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Marchand, do you understand the terms of your community control?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
If you don't comply, you know the drill. You've been here before. If you don't comply, they file a motion to terminate, and then you face 36 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
I mean, I think we've been down that road twice before, you and I, right?
Yep.
Okay. What was the date of this offense?
December 19th, 2024.
Okay, the other thing I'm going to have you do is you can't do it right now, but I want you to get a valid driver's license. You're going to be suspended for a while because it's a mandatory suspension. But I think you realize it's your best interest to get this license situation straightened out as soon as you can so that you can get around easier. Go ahead.
Can I, about the license thing, because it's showing up, I don't have a valid one, right?
Right. Well, and I have to suspend you on this case, too.
Okay, so, but I have my ID.
Okay.
I had to get a license. How was I going to?
Well, you're going to I'm gonna suspend your license for 3 years. That's the minimum on these things. I'm gonna
Okay.
make it retroactive to December 19th of 2024. Okay, so before your probation is up, you'll be eligible to get a license. Okay, now you may
Okay.
have other suspensions that you have to clear up. Okay, so at the appropriate time, you can work with your probation officer to figure out exactly what you have to do. Get that done in advance of December 19th of 27 rolling around, so you can get your license before you get off probation. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have to figure out all the ins and outs and the different courts and suspensions and all that good stuff, okay?
All right.
And I'm gonna release the bond. Anything else, Mr. Ronick?
I didn't know if you wanted to advise him of post-release control. if he
See,
were
I don't have to
violate.
do that unless I send him to prison. I don't have to advise him of that when I put him on probation.
Okay, Your Honor, I was just
Except,
checking.
because I'm just trying to follow the orders of like the appellate courts and the Supreme Court.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
they say I don't have to advise them of that unless I send them to prison. Far be it from me to run afoul of the 11th District.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mulkey, anything else?
Not at all, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Austin, it seems like you've gotten to the point where you realize what you have to do and you're starting to do it, so continue doing it, okay?
Thank you.
All right.